So today is May the 20th, 2025, and I am going to conduct an astro oracle investigation on the escaped inmates from Louisiana, New Orleans Justice Center. They escaped from that jail. Okay, I labeled it prison break because when you find out how they escaped, I hear the same thing happen on this TV show called Prison Break. Okay, my wife was telling me about Prison Break. She watches that. I don't watch it. So she actually showed me the scene that these inmates mocked or mimicked, and they actually escaped prison using the same method. Right. So a TV show influenced the intelligence of these escapees. Isn't that something? So they escaped May 16th, 2025 from the Orleans Justice Center. Okay? Now, 10 of them escaped. 3 of them have been found. And as a matter of fact, yesterday, fourth one has been found. So there are 6 of them still on the loose. Okay? And we are going to locate where they are. Y'all know how I do my investigations. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell button so you will be notified when I drop these investigations. Okay, below in the link is a description of a Astro Oracle tutorial video that you can go to and hit on any sign, symbol, number, house, or planet that you want to be educated on, so you will see how I formulate my stories when I pull my cards. Okay, so let's get to it. These 6 escapees, I'm going to name them all, and then I'm going to go one by one and do the reading. Okay, so the first one is Corey E. Boyd. Okay, then the second one is Derek D. Groves. Lenton J. Van Buren Jr. Antoine T. Massey. Leo O. Tate Sr. And the last one is Jermaine Donald. All of who are still on the run, armed and dangerous. All of them are wanted for murder. I think one of them was wanted for assault. But they're all wanted for murder. They're in jail. They have very lengthy sentences. So, of course, they are on the run trying to escape for good so they do not have to complete their prison sentence. Okay, now I pulled a chart of where the planets were located at because the planets are going to help assist me in locating these individuals who are on the run. May 16th, 2025, I have a rundown of where the sun was, where the moon was, Mercury. The sun was in Taurus. The moon was in Capricorn. Mercury was in Taurus. Venus was in Aries. Mars was in Leo. Jupiter was in Gemini. Saturn was in Pisces. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Aries. And Pluto is in Aquarius. Now, during this investigation, I am going to be focusing on key points. I'm going to be looking for what Mars was doing, because Mars is our electromagnetic satellite, which we call a planet that governs our adrenaline. It literally governs our adrenal glands. Okay, it governs the energy that moves through us when we are angry. Okay, it governs our adrenaline when we get hyped up. All of these escape inmates are tapped into their Mars. Otherwise, they would not have been able to break free. Okay, so that was definitely Martian energy. So we're going to look at what Mars was doing that day. Mars was in Leo that day. So not only was adrenaline in force, but it was also dramatic. Leo is the energy of drama, okay? Theater, movie, actors and actresses. And of course, this was like some movie shit. I even named it Prison Break. I named the alignment Prison Break, just like the TV show, because this was definitely some Mars and Leo shit. So we're going to get down to it. All right. So I'm going to be looking at what Mars was doing, then compared to what Mars is doing in each and every one of these inmates' birth charts. I pulled their birth charts, but I mainly focused in on specific planets in each of these inmates' birth charts. That is the sun, the moon, Mercury, and Mars, because Mercury represents how they use their mind and travel, where they will most likely go to and how they will get there. Okay? Mercury represents interaction. They had to communicate with each other in order to carry out this escape properly. Okay? So their antennas were definitely up. Okay? And I looked at Mars, of course, because you need Martian energy to be able to force your way out of anything or force your way into anything. Okay, Mars is our defense mechanism energy. It is literally how we go to war, how we protect ourselves, how we fight for what we want or what we want to defend ourselves from. Okay, and of course, I focus in on where the sun was because the sun is the source of our solar system. That is the identity planet. Okay, and then I focused on the moon because that is the nature of all these activities. That is your actual nature. The nature of each inmate is different. So I'm going to compare their nature according to the actual nature of that day, the weather, the moon of that day, which the moon was in Capricorn, okay, on that day. So I got Mars. I'm going to be focusing in on the 12th house because they are hiding. The 12th house is the house of incarceration and it's also the house of hiding. Okay, so the 12th house is going to give me some clues on where they are located at, where they are most likely to be hiding out at. Okay, and then Pisces is the sign that rules the 12th house. So I'm going to be looking at their Pisces energy. Okay, I'm going to be looking at the Pisces energy. Of course, and I'm also going to be looking at where their sun was, where their moon was. Derek D. Groves. All right. Now, Derek D. Groves. Here's his picture. Derek D. Groves was born June 19th, 1997. Okay? Also, I want to let y'all know, too, all of these inmates, believe it or not, are all Geminis except one. One is a Leo. But all of them are Geminis. This is some strong Gemini energy, Gemini activity. Okay? All of these inmates were Geminis. All of them except one. And one of them is a Leo. And that's whose name is actually Leo. I think his name is Leo Tate, but he's actually a Leo as well. But we're going to get to him later. Leo O. Tate Sr. But right now, this is for Derek D. Groves. We are looking for the location of Derek D. Groves, dead or alive. Now, his chart, he's a Gemini and his moon is in Sagittarius. Okay? That means he is a full moon baby because anytime the sun and the moon are in opposite signs, because Gemini is the opposite of Sagittarius and Sagittarius is the opposite of Gemini, that is a full moon. Whenever you look outside and you see a full moon, that means whatever season it is, that means the moon is in the opposite sign of that season. So right now, we are currently going into Gemini season, and I'm going to get to that later. Okay, the moon is currently moving into Gemini. I mean, the sun is moving into Gemini as we speak, because today is May the 20th. Okay, 2025. And I have a strong gut feeling that they're going to find all of these Gemini inmates. And guess what? I have an inkling that they're going to find these inmates during their moon cycle, being that they're all Gemini. But let's keep with Derek D. Groves, okay? Let's look for his chart. Anytime you have a full moon chart, that is a Libra rising chart because all of the signs are in their opposite houses, okay? Full moon babies are here to balance out opposites. So this is a 7th house chart, okay? So Derek D. Groves may very well also be hiding out with his significant other, okay? But we're going to confirm that his Mars is in Virgo, okay? So Virgo is actually in the 12th house in Derek's chart. And remember, we're looking at what's going on with the 12th house, okay? So I feel like he's hiding out. He's isolating. Like he's probably going to be one of the most difficult to find. Okay? Because he's actually hiding out in a very strategic hidden place, like detail oriented. So Derek Groves may be he's not hiding in plain sight. Yeah, he's not hiding in plain sight. But we're going to locate him anyway, or we're going to locate an aspect of his energy. So we're able to, because his moon is in Sagittarius, he's in the local environment, but he traveled. He's in the local environment because Sagittarius is in his 3rd house of travel. So Derek Groves is definitely on the road. He's traveling. He's going to be difficult he's going to be difficult to find because he's actually traveling. I don't think he's still in Louisiana. He left Louisiana. He got the hell on. Okay? Um, he is definitely a distance away from the Orleans Justice Center. So it's going to take some other law enforcement in other towns and cities to get involved with finding him. Now, this is a location. A vehicle in the 12th house. Yeah. Because see, his Mars is in Virgo and it's in that 12th house. I'm seeing a white vehicle. Okay? Yeah. I'm seeing a white vehicle. He's hiding out in a vehicle, but he's traveling. He's with somebody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's with somebody. Or either he's in his own vehicle, but he's hiding and he's driving. Yeah. He's driving. He's traveling. Yep. He is definitely traveling. He may even be with somebody that's driving trucks. He may be with a trucker. Or he may be driving a truck. Now we're going to see if we can locate somebody that's involved or assisting him in this vehicle that he's hiding out in. But Derek definitely got the hell on. Suspect in the 8th house. Okay? Now, this is him. Yeah, he's sharing. This is somebody else's vehicle that he has. Yes, because in Derek's 8th house is Taurus. Taurus in the 8th house represents other people's resources, other people's finances, other people's car, other people's homes, other people's material possessions. Okay? Um, so yeah, he's hiding out. He probably stole a vehicle. He's probably in a stolen vehicle. Might be. I'm seeing a white vehicle. Seeing a white vehicle, definitely with tinted windows. But Derek has definitely gotten the hell on. Okay? And if he is found, he may be found somewhere around June 9th, because that's when the moon goes into Sagittarius. Okay? And around that time will be most likely when his energy is exposed, whether he likes it or not. Okay? They may find him before then or after then, but I see June 9th, somewhere around June 9th. All right? So let's put these two cards back, and we're going to get to Lenton J. Van Buren. Okay? Lenton J. Van Buren was born June 15th, 1998. Here's his picture. That's his mugshot. Lenton J. Van Buren Jr. was born June 15th, 1998. Okay? His sun is in Gemini and his moon is in Aquarius. So when you have a moon in Aquarius during Gemini season, that is when Aquarius is in the third house, which is Gemini's house. And that would attribute him for a Sagittarius rising chart. Okay? Lenton J. Van Buren, too, may be on the road. He got the hell on out of Louisiana. He may have gotten the hell on out of Louisiana. Okay? And I see he's not traveling by himself. If he did not get the hell on, he's in the local environment. And he's hiding out at a friend's house. Okay? And I see partnership. Yeah. He's hiding out at his significant other's house. Yeah. Or he's in the neighborhood of his significant other. Yeah, he definitely. Because see, in the third house, because see, he's a Gemini. And Gemini, he's the Gemini that's in the seventh house, which is the house of relationships. Okay? And then in Gemini's house, I see Aquarius, which represents the community. Okay? It represents the local environment, the local community. Okay? It's an individual too. Aquarius represents the individual. So who's this individual? When I look inside of Aquarius's house, which is the 11th house, I see Libra. That's how I know he's with this relation. He's in this relationship. Libra is the partner. Okay? It could be his neighbor. It could be his girlfriend. Okay? It could be somebody he's fucking around with, fooling around with. But he's definitely, it could be his sibling. It could be his sibling. A piece of hair was on the camera. It could be his sibling. Yeah. It could be his sibling or one of his gang members. All right. Lenton J. Van Buren. He too is in somebody else's vehicle. Yep. He has a vehicle. And this is a family member. He has a family member's vehicle. Yeah. It may be his vehicle or his wife's vehicle. Okay? Or his mother's vehicle. Okay? Or his significant other's vehicle. But he's definitely in somebody else's vehicle because the 8th house represents what belongs to other people. And then in Lenton Van Buren's 8th house, I see Cancer, which is the mother or the family member. Okay? But this represents the other person's family. Okay? He is in the vehicle of someone else's that he's close to, his significant other's family member or their mother. Okay? If this is not his family vehicle, this is their family's vehicle that he's in. Okay? Could be black. I'm seeing purple and I'm seeing black. Okay, now let's find out who may be assisting Lenton J. Van Buren in his hideout. Okay? Because we know he's definitely in somebody else's vehicle. Like I said, I'm seeing black. Definitely seeing tinted windows. I'm seeing purple too. An accessory in the 10th house. Okay. In his 10th house, I see Virgo. Okay. This is somebody that he's with. Somebody may be with him. Yeah, somebody might be with him. Okay, this too may be a trucker. He may be inside of somebody's truck. Yeah, he may be traveling with somebody that's working. Yep, he may be traveling with somebody that's working, and that is the accessory. Okay, yeah, he may be traveling with somebody that's working on the road. Yep. The 12th house, I see Scorpio, which is represents who this other person who he's merging with through this vehicle that belongs to this other person. Okay? Um, yeah. All right, let's get to Antoine T. Massey. Antoine T. Massey was born June 15th, 1992. Okay? Antoine Massey's sun is in Gemini and his moon is in Sagittarius. Another full moon baby. And remember when I told you the full moon is always a Libra rising chart because that is where every sign is in the house of its opposite. So I'm also seeing Antoine Massey as well, done linked up with his partner, his significant other. Well, most of these people, their significant others know what's up, and they're not saying nothing. Okay? Now, I believe Antoine Massey done stole something. I'm seeing that he stole something. He stole some money. He stole somebody else's property, vehicle, somebody's material possessions. I'm seeing stolen money. Yep, and it could be from his family, but I'm seeing stolen money. It could be government. Um, could have been his wife, his girlfriend, or his boyfriend, or whoever. Their family member. Somebody, he stole something from somebody. I'm seeing stolen merchandise. Yeah, I'm seeing stolen merchandise, stolen funds. Antoine T. Massey. Fire and destruction in the 6th house. Okay. Something is on fire. I see fire and destruction in the 6th house. That is the house of work. That is the house of daily routine. Pisces is there. He may have destroyed the evidence. He may have destroyed the evidence that's used in assisting his hideout. Fire and destruction in the 6th house. I see Pisces there. That's Virgo's house. Virgo's in the 12th house. That's the house of incarceration. I did say I was going to look in the 12th house. And I also said I was going to look at Pisces. So this fire and destruction is where Pisces is at. When Pisces is in the 6th house, oh, could have been something that's on fire. I see fire and destruction in Antoine T. Massey's energy. Another 6th house. Victim. Somebody that's helping him. Yep, because the 6th house represents help. Yeah. 2 6th house cards came out from 2 different decks for Antoine T. Massey. One is the fire and destruction, and the other one is the victim. The 6th house is the house of employment. Okay, that is the house of help, service. Somebody that's helping him. I also see fire and destruction. His findings are going to be very interesting. Okay, so we're going to leave that right here to find out what this fire and destruction and this victim card in the 6th house is talking about. However, if they find him, it may be around June 9th, because that's when the moon is going to be in Sagittarius. Yeah. He may have burnt the vehicle that he was using to. I don't know, but I see fire and destruction and a victim. So let's get on to Leo O. Tate Sr. Okay, Leo O. Tate Sr., my lost and found deck. He was born August 4th, 1993. Okay, his sun is in Leo, like his name, and his moon is in Aquarius. This is another full moon baby because Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs. Let's come back to the same chart. So opposites bring balance. They harmonize. So everybody who's born when the sun and the moon are in polar opposite signs have a full moon chart. They are here to balance out opposites. Okay, so Leo Tate Sr. 2 is with. Now, I'm seeing him with his wife. Yes, I'm seeing Leo Tate Sr. with his wife because Mercury is in Cancer. And Cancer is in the 10th house. His wife or his mother. Because the 10th house represents the authority figure. And when Cancer is there, that represents the mother or the wife. But it represents the type of wife that's in authority. She may be the one in the lead, the breadwinner, the one that's helping him. Now, Leo's Mars is in Virgo. And Virgo is in the 12th house. And see, there's a lot of 12th house energies popping up in all these charts. Like I said, that's what I'm going to be looking for. Okay? So, Leo 2 might be difficult to find. But we're going to pull a card. We're going to pull a lost and found card to see what energy comes out for him. His wife is definitely helping him. Fire and destruction in the 11th house. That's where his Leo is. In the 11th house. That's where he's at. He is an 11th house Leo. Okay. Fire and destruction in the 11th house. I'm seeing fire in his energy as well. We got to find out if they find him, which will be somewhere around probably June 14th. Maybe sooner, maybe later. But I'm seeing June 14th because that's when the moon is in Aquarius. But I too see fire and destruction. Probably to destroy evidence. Could be gunfire and destruction. But we're going to find out who is assisting Leo. Because I see his wife or his mother. Watch, it's going to be somebody either in the 4th house, the 10th house, or the 7th house. The 7th house is the relationship. The 10th house is the authority figure. And the 4th house is family. It's either the 10th, the 4th, or the 7th that somebody's helping him. So let's find out. Suspect in the 11th, that's him. That's him. I forgot to mention him, right? That's him, the 11th house. And it's something how most of these readings are both houses are coming out from two different decks. Okay, so I'm definitely on to something. It's just this fire and destruction part. I don't know. It may seem like he's not going to go down without a fight. Okay, that fire and destruction may represent suicide, or somebody's going to get killed in the process when they find him. He's not going out without a fight. Yeah. And yeah, he's not going out without a fight. He may be all for self too. So let's get to Jermaine Donald. Jermaine Donald was born June 4th, 1982. He is the oldest of all of the escapees. Jermaine Donald was born June 4th, 1982. His sun is in Gemini and his moon is in Scorpio. And when you have a Scorpio moon during Gemini season, that is when you put Scorpio in Gemini's house. So what would be rising is Virgo. All right. Virgo is rising. This is a 6th house chart. Okay. The 6th house represents work, service, health. Okay. Somebody's helping him, a friend, whatever. It may take them a while to find Jermaine. It might. Because see, that Virgo is very detail oriented. It may take them a while to find Jermaine. And see, the thing about it is he's hidden in plain sight. Now let's just see what's going to come out for his lost and found. A vehicle in the 10th house. Yeah, the 10th house, that's where Gemini is. That's the local environment. Jermaine is not far. He's not far. He may be on the road though, but he's not traveling far. He probably in another city. I don't see him outside of New Orleans. I don't see him outside of Louisiana, but he's definitely in a vehicle. Yeah. I see gray too. Okay. A gray. I also see brown too. Could be gold. Okay. That's the lost and found. Let me pull from who. Let's see who may be assisting Jermaine Donald. Because we know Jermaine Donald, he is in a vehicle. He's not on foot anymore. He's in a vehicle. And he's traveling. Yep. He is definitely traveling. Let's see. Physical evidence in the 4th house. That's his home and family. Okay, this vehicle is yeah, this is his vehicle. Yeah. He could be traveling in his own vehicle. Physical evidence in the home and family in the 4th house. Sagittarius is there. And he's traveling. He's gone. Yep. He's gone. His vehicle might have a tracker though. but he's traveling.